888-775-3773. 888-77 Jesse. Jay is out of Michigan. Jay, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Jess.
Hey, Jay.
Hey,
Jay,
so I
Jay,
just
I
had a
hear a
simple
loud
question.
noise in the back.
All right, 1 second.
All
I'm
right.
getting in the car right now. All right. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Sorry about that. So my question is do you think relationships are dead nowadays?
When you say dead, what do you mean dead?
Like, you know how, in the earlier days, dating women was simple. You didn't have as many distractions. Just the world was a much more simpler place.
Right.
As far as a man and a woman being together, right?
Right.
So do you think nowadays it's a lot harder to date? Is it a point to even put time and effort into women nowadays?
Well, if you're working on your life and you're overcoming the father state, it would be hard for you. But if you're not working on yourself, and there are so many distractions out there now, and then the women have been deceived in the way that what they should expect for a man, and the man is deceived in what he should and want and expect from the woman. But I promise you, if you work on you and live your life, when you date, you're going to deal with life in a simple way. It's not a simpler way. It's not going to be like the people who are caught up with the world and the world's ideas. But you're going to have to take control of your life. A friend that was at the fellowship yesterday, he was telling me now that he's taken control of his life, that he is not controlled by women like he used to be, and he doesn't try to please them and do all the stuff that they want because he can now see. Can you hold for a minute, Jay?
Sure.
Hold on, buddy. I want to go back to Jay out of Michigan. And Jay was talking about dealing with women and life and things are not like they were in the good old days. Jay, thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me fine?
I can, yes.
Okay.
So,
So
Jay,
yeah,
what I was saying is that though it is difficult out there, the world is crazy, human beings are crazy now, and it doesn't have to be that way for you, because if you take control of your own life and you live your life, then it would be difficult for you. To be difficult for everyone around you, but you would be able to live your life according to the way you want to.
Right. So yeah, I understand all that, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I've been listening to you for 5 years, and ever since, I look at the world totally different, right?
Yes.
But I thought I had it all under control. So more to the story is I was dealing with this older woman, right?
How much older than you?
And I'm 33. She's 42.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's old. But go ahead.
Yeah. But she looked nice. She didn't look her age, but deep down inside, I knew it really wasn't going to work. But she just convinced me so much. Like, I was just fooled because, long story short, I did something I normally don't do, which is, I went through her phone. And, what I seen was just crazy. I don't want to get, I'm not going to get graphic or in detail or anything, but,
Right.
Just by the first message, number, the guy she was texting, some pretty graphic stuff in there. And, I just don't understand how I got so, how I was just, tricked like that, Just how she convinced me, like the stuff she would say. and how she was. Like, I just had no clue. I looked at her totally different. And I'm just wondering how did I let that happen
Well, only because
after waking up and
only
seeing the
because she
truth.
said the things to you that your ego needed and wanted to hear. Because I guarantee you, had you noticed from the very beginning, when you found out that she was as old as she is, that you should not have been with an older woman, period. Because all it is, when you're with a guy with an older woman, she is his mama, he's the boy. And so she knows how to play your ego to make you feel a certain way, and you just fell for it. That's all.
Right.
Are you done with her now?
Yeah, man. I'm definitely done with her. I left that night. When I seen the messages.
Right.
I left.
And so how long ago has that been?
This is Sunday morning, Sunday night.
Oh, so you just
Well,
broke.
Monday morning, Sunday night, Monday morning.
So you just broke over the last night?
Well, Sunday night.
Like last night, Sunday, or Sunday before that? Before last night?
No, like last night.
What the? Oh, so you just broke up with this older woman last night?
Yes.
Oh, I got you. And how are you feeling right now? What are you thinking and feeling?
It's weird because how I'm feeling, I'm just letting the pain pass.
And so you are feeling pain from having to break up with her?
Let me tell you, honestly, I feel more played with. I feel like I feel more disrespected
by her
than anything. Yes, because there was messages in there from guys. Evidence of them seeing each other that day than me seeing her that same night.
Oh, yeah. And does she know you've seen the messages?
Yeah, she knows.
And
I woke her up and confronted her about it. She was in a deep slumber, so I woke her up. She was a little bit confused, and she tried to deny everything, but she knew she was wrong while still denying it. And it was just crazy, man. It was just like I was just watching a movie, sitting there listening to her.
Oh, you guys weren't married, right?
No, we weren't married. No.
Oh, but you were living with her?
No, I was not living with her. I would actually drive an hour to see her.
Oh, I see.
I would go, over there and cut her lawn, drive an hour to cut her grass and, just doing the little things, to that I thought I needed to do,
What made you go through her phone? Why did you decide to go through her phone?
Okay, so what made me go through her phone was the vibe had just been off for like maybe the past month or so, or a little over that. Like something in my spirit wasn't resonating. It was just I didn't feel comfortable around her anymore, and I don't know, just the things she would say to me would just sound too good to be true. And I kind of always thought that, but from the messages I've seen, I just didn't see that coming.
Right.
I didn't see that coming.
How long have you been dating her?
December of 23.
Oh, okay. And your question for me is what?
How can I not let that happen again and still continue to go on and date women and trust women.
Oh, okay. Number one, you got to meaning all the thoughts about that relationship and being in it, you got to let those things pass and don't identify with them when they come, because the devil going to give you so-called good memories about the relationships and bad memories. Both are evil and imposter. So when they come, just let them pass, and just know that this is a relationship that you should not have gone into. Period. She was too old for you. You were the boy, she was the mama. So you never should have gone into it. Know that. A man should never be with a woman that's older than him. Men were created to lead and not to follow. And every man that get with a woman that's older than him, he become the follower and she become the leader, and it's going to always end up in a ditch. And so you should never done. Just know that. And when the memories come, let them pass. No, they're not real. And just work on yourself. And as far as trusting a woman, you're not supposed to trust them or distrust them. You just don't try to trust a woman or distrust her. You just, if you run into some woman you want to get to date her, but don't have trust or distrust. You're not supposed to trust anyone.
Right.
You're supposed to have a wait and see. And so just have a wait and see. And then the other thing, too, Jay, don't look for a woman. You look for what is right. Seek the kingdom. And if it's meant for you to have a woman, I promise you, God will put one in your life. It will happen naturally. And you won't have to make the relationship work, because you're not supposed to make a relationship work. It will be the right age, at the right time, and the right woman. But if you look for a woman, you're going to always find the wrong one. It's going to be impossible to find the right one.
Exactly. I completely understand all that. I completely understand it.
Yeah, so just relax and learn from it. Don't go back to her. Don't be arguing with her. Don't beg her. You go on with your life. This is your another chance for you to work on you.
Is it wrong for me to I haven't blocked her. I'm kind of getting a satisfaction out of her keep calling and texting me. You know, is that wrong?
Yes. You're never supposed to play a game with evil, because right now you're trying to punish her. You're on an ego trip, and that's not going to work out well for you. Because though she was older and all that, and the game was playing, it's not her fault. It's your fault that you were blind and didn't see what you were getting into. And so don't play a game with her. You learn from it and move on. You're going to hurt yourself by playing a game.
Right. You're right.
I would just be done with her. I would block her. I wouldn't be talking to her. I'd just be done and move on. Learn from it and wish her well. Don't be angry at her, because again, I'm repeating myself, but it was your fault that you did not see what you were getting into. And now you do. You have a chance to do it right.
I seen what I was getting myself into, Jesse. But like I said, it was just the things she would say to me.
Yeah.
And how she just seemed so freaking not perfect, because I know no one's perfect, but just right. You know, she would say, you know, when I would have doubt and express it to her, she would say, you know, I don't hold it against you. You just used to dating younger women, younger girls. So, you know, I don't hold it against you. So it was like, I just can't believe, like, I was just manipulated like that. You know, I just really feel manipulated.
And that's why I said you didn't see what you were getting into, because had you seen what you were getting into, she would not have been able to manipulate you like that. You would have seen right through her lies. You would have seen through her games.
Can I tell you one more thing about her?
Yeah.
She was married.
Oh, my God. She's still married?
Yeah. She's still married, but they were separated.
And so you didn't see you were getting into a relationship and the woman was married?
I did, sir. I did.
Well, just learn from it, man. Don't get all into the imagination about it. Don't judge yourself. Don't resent yourself for it. Don't blame yourself for it because it wasn't you. You were influenced by evil, thinking that it was you, and you were influenced by the evil that was coming through her as well. And so, don't blame yourself. Stay conscious so you can learn from it, and you will never repeat it again. But you should move on. Don't argue with her. Don't play the games with her. Don't take joy out of her calling you and trying to tell, oh, come back. I'm sorry, and not answering the phone. Don't play that game at all.
You're
Because
right.
it was about you. What happened to you is your fault. You can't blame her for that.
You're right. I knew I was wrong, but I just thought I had everything under control, and it just showed me that I didn't
Right.
have control of anything.
All
Yeah.
blind people think they have control and they control nothing. You're absolutely right about that. So be glad to see that. You learn the lesson of your blindness from this situation. I'm telling you, you will never go through this again. But if you don't learn and you blame her, you can't see where you went wrong, you're going to repeat it.
Right. One more quick question, and you can let me go. Do you think when people get a sense of like bad vibes and if something is really not sitting right in your spirit and then deep in your soul,
Absolutely.
do you think you should believe that feeling?
You should pay attention to it so you can see what's going on. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. All right. That's all I had. Hey, I appreciate everything, man. Yeah. I mean, I can sit here and talk to you about a lot of politics and everything, but Trump 24, and
That's right.
I
But
hope
listen,
I hope he get back in there, man. I
I do
really do.
too. I do too. But
Yeah.
listen, don't play the game with her. Don't sit around and talk about it all day with her. Don't go back to her. She's too old for you anyway. And she's married. And she sounds like she's seeing other guys. According to it sounds like that's what you were saying. So just learn from it. Don't blame yourself. Don't have self pity and all that crap. Just realize you were not aware enough, and this is what happened. So just learn from it,
Yeah.
and don't worry.
It's so weird because I actually broke up with her about 4 days before this happened
Yeah,
because I'm just like, I'm not feeling it no more. Just like I said, like that feeling something wasn't right.
yeah,
So I kind of ended it, and she came back just for me to find out, all this is going on.
yeah, yeah.
It's weird, man.
Well, just learn from it, and again, don't get in your head about it because the devil will play you on this. He would use it against you, and
Right.
and 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 don't play the game with the phone thing. Don't I would just drop her though. I recommend you drop her, take her off your phone, no contact. But I would literally move on. And when she find you and start begging you to come back, don't go back. But don't try to play a game with her about not going back. Just say, no, I'm not going back. I'm done. And don't argue with her about it. Don't try to prove anything. You got to focus on living your life, taking control,
Right.
complete control of your world.
Right.
And then
Yeah. Go ahead.
and don't worry about if you're ever going to get another woman or is there a good woman out there and all that. That's another game the devil play on you.
You're right. You're right, man.
Are you doing the prayer?
I just started back this morning. I just started back.
So you stop. Why did you stop doing it?
Procrastination.
Amazing.
I would think about doing it and wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what the devil want. And and the other thing too, all the memory you're gonna have from this relationship with this woman is it's just memories. They're not real. It's not a sign that, oh, missing out on a good woman. Oh, I need to go back to her. It was love and blah blah blah. It's all it's just thoughts. It's just memories that the devil will give you to get you to go back and be destroyed.
Man, you absolutely right, man. You absolutely right. And I found myself, working out, and I'm turning on like, sad love songs. I'm like, man, what am I doing? Like, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, that's the devil's game to get you mentally and emotionally tired up so he can destroy you. Do not fall for that. You don't love her and she doesn't love you. She's never loved you and you've never loved her. It's never been about love. It's just been about an ego game. And
that's for sure. That's for sure.
And plus, you were too old. So this happened 3 hours ago?
No, no, I'm sorry. I was wrong. So this was Saturday night. Sunday morning, this happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like roughly 2 nights ago.
Well, be glad you have a chance to get out of this situation before you were completely destroyed.
Yeah, I am. Hey, thanks, Jesse.
You're welcome, buddy. I wish you well.
I wish you well too. And Joel, he black.
You black. That's right. Amazing. Thank you, Jay.
All right. Talk to you later, Jesse.
All right, buddy.